guys, so this video that I'm doing today is a story time of my story of Perthes disease. So, yeah. So I'm at my friend's house, my hip starts to hurt. Fast forward to that Monday, I'm like, hey guys, my hip hurts. And they're like, whatever, just like, I told one of my friend's moms, she said just be careful on it. And then I talk to my coach that Wednesday. She's a physical therapist, she only comes Wednesdays. So I'm like, hey, my hip really hurts. Can you check it? And my hip was out of place. So she's like, okay, I'll just fix it. So she puts it back in place. And then she goes, I had to go do vault, blah, 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 blah. Next Monday, I'm like, my hip really hurts. And I talked to my other coach. I don't know where she works, but she works on people. So I knew that she could fix my hip, but not like my other coach. So she looks at it. She's like, okay, whatever. And then that Wednesday, I'm like, hey, actually, no, like a month later, I'm like, hey, my hip still hurts, so what should I do? And she goes, hey, this is not normal, you need to talk to someone, and I can't be the person to, do all of this. And I'm like, okay, I'll talk to my parents about it. My parents already knew that my hip hurt, and they were like, whatever, you do gymnastics. So, this is not normal for your age, your hip shouldn't be going out all the time for your age. So I'm like, okay, I'll talk to someone. I talked to my mom. She says, okay, let's talk to the doctor. She says, okay, let's start some physical therapy. I've been seeing that your coach has been fixing it lately. Maybe you just need to get your hip, Then, fast forward to February, I get my hip checked out. She's like, okay, we can't do this anymore. You're not getting better. And, we need to get this fixed now. We need to get x-rays. And then we need to get MRIs. So the x-ray was just like a ticket to the MRI, because you have to get an x-ray to get to the MRI. Fast forward to, March 30th. I get my x-ray, and about a week later, they check it, and they're like, you have Perthes disease. I'm like, what? What is that? My mom tells me about Perthes disease, and then we're like, okay, let's get an MRI, see if there's anything else. I have a cyst, I have a stress fracture, and I have Perthes disease. Tell me why. What? Am I just, the rarest person on earth? Okay, and then they're like, okay, let's see a specialist. I still remember every single date that I've gone. April 24th, I'm pretty sure. April 24th. He tells us everything. He's like, okay, you're going to be non-weight bearing for about till surgery. I was like, okay, blah, 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 I'll be right back. So they tell me your surgery is going to be on May 30th, I think they said. And I was like, no, I can't do that date. I actually can't. There's something big at school. I can't. And then they say, how about May 17th? I was like, no, that's the day after that's the day after my field trip. We can just go after the field trip. They're like, yeah, perfect. A week later, my mom gets a phone call, and they're like, hey, sorry, we can't do May 17th. So my mom's like, okay, let's do May 24th. We do May 24th. May was my busiest month of the whole entire year, except for, December. But, okay, so I had a science fair May 15th, field trip May 16th. Then a week later, on my surgery, the day before my surgery, is this historic thingy that you have to dress up as people. And then we have this fun day on May 30th. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I can never have surgery. They're picking days that I can't do. So May 24th comes around. I'm freaking out because I'm having surgery tomorrow, and I have to talk in front of 2 grades, younger and higher, and I have to talk to my friends' parents, tell them a story about this lady. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. Just breathe. It's people that you know. I don't know any of them except for that they are my friends' parents. So I'm like, blah, 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 talking about my story. And then my parents get there, and my grandparents. And I'm like, oh, frick. No. My parents, I say bye to my my teacher, and I'm like, bye, see you next year if I see you. And then I'm like saying bye to all my teachers. And then we get home. And I'm like, can I change? This is a really uncomfortable outfit. And my mom was like, yeah, you're wearing a dress. Like, yeah, absolutely, go. So, I might actually cry. Okay, so I get changed. I get my bags. I put it in the car. And then I'm smiling because this is so sad. We get in the car. We leave at like 5. It is 5 hours away. So we get there 10. We get to the hotel. We get there. I can't eat at 10. I hadn't eaten since 7. So they're like, okay, we got here at 9:50. So if you eat a beef stick right before 10, then you'll be fine. No, I think it was 11. So 10:30, they're like, okay, take a shower because they told you to, and then you're fasting, so eat a quick little snack. It's like, okay. So take a bath because I couldn't shower. I was weight bearing. And then I ate some cheese and a beef stick. Then the next morning they say, oh, the night before, they were like, hey, your surgery is at 6:30. I'm like, so when do we have to be there? Like 5:45. I'm like, what? A.M. Mind you, we got there at 11. So I'm only getting 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only got 6, 7 hours of sleep. And I was like, can I just have like 15 more minutes? And my mom's like, yeah, go ahead. Like, you need to be well rested. Go ahead. Then they tell me, I think I wore my PJs there and like no shoes. I was that tired. And then my doctor, he says, hey, they weigh me. And this is weird, but like I had a pregnant nurse. It was so cute. And she's like, okay, are you ready? I'm like, yep. I didn't even care. I said bye. I said bye to my mom and dad. I hugged them. I didn't even cry. And then they're like, do you want to listen to something while we go over to the operation room? And I'm like, yeah, can we listen to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift? And they're like, is it okay if it swears? And my parents are like, heck yeah. And then we go through the hospital, and this girl is just singing to Taylor Swift. And then I get in the operation room, and my doctor's there, and he goes, alrighty, are you ready for this? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready for it. And he goes, are you just naming Taylor Swift songs? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, so how many siblings do you have? And I'm like, 4. And he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, I have 4 siblings. They put this mask on me to fall asleep. And I go to sleep, and he's talking to me about my siblings. And apparently he was singing to Taylor Swift. And then I remember waking up crying because my throat hurt so much. So then they gave me apple juice, and then I remember waking up, and we're watching SpongeBob. I can't watch SpongeBob. Like, I'm not allowed to watch SpongeBob, so I don't know why we were watching SpongeBob. But then they put on a Paw Patrol movie, I think. No, they put on the Mario movie. And I'm like, can I have goldfish? I felt like a 3-year-old. They're like, yeah, can you wait like an hour? And it's like 4 right now. And funny story, my dad's just sleeping in the lobby. My mom's worried that I'm going to wake up in the middle of my surgery, and my dad's just like this in the lobby. So my mom's like, okay, blah, 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 blah. They're like, okay, you can eat in an hour. So it's like 3 right now. So yeah, that's my story. Oh, basically, I went, what's up, butter, and then fell right asleep. But yeah, I got home, and then I was like, can I sleep on the couch? And I slept on the couch for like a week. So that's it for my story time today. Oh, that's not the rest of my story. That was just surgery. And then I go back on not July 23rd. That's my birthday. Ew. So July 3rd, they're like, your birthday's in blah, 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 blah days. And I'm like, yeah! The next day, July 4th, 4th of July, I was puking sick. I was so sick. I didn't know, but this guy, no hate to whoever did this, but apparently we were in the lobby and we were right behind like 3 people, and the first person in line pukes. So I thought I got sick from them. Like, I've noticed this like a week ago. I was like, I must have gotten sick from him because I was like so sick. Anyways, we go back. Says the same on weight bearing. Then actually I was with my nurse. He was in surgery. And then August 7th, he goes, you can walk at your house, but your house only. And like the doctor's office and like physical therapy. So then fast forward to November 18th, I can walk. And then he said, all right, we'll see you February 17th. That's in about 20 days. So yeah, but it goes on and on and on. I don't know, I just thought of that song. And BT Dubs, he's like a lifesaver to me. What was I gonna say? Oh, I can go back to gymnastics in May. Yeah. Hope you guys loved this video, and yeah, bye guys.